In addition to the PPP, businesses have the opportunity to take advantage of employee retention credits. This is a special credit for helping businesses maintain workers during COVID-19. If you're curious if you can get both PPP and employee retention credit, keep watching. Employee retention credits. The Employee Retention Tax Credit, ERTC, provides assistance to employers whose business was either partially or fully closed due to government COVID-19 orders in 2020. If that closure results in a loss of gross receipts for any quarter of 2020, they may qualify for this tax credit. The 2020 gross receipts must be less than 50% of company receipts for the same quarter in 2019. Those qualifying are eligible for a fully refundable Employee Retention Credit, ERC. This credit applies to wages paid in quarters 2, 3, and 4 in 2020. At the time the ERC was enacted, employers participating in the Payroll Protection Program, PPP, were ineligible. The Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021 extends and enhances the program by providing retroactive applicability. It also extends the program into quarters 1 and quarter 2 of 2021. Another change is making recipients of PPP loans eligible for ERC. The American Rescue Plan Act went even further by making ERC available for all 4 quarters of 2021. It changes the applicable credit so that in the second half of the year, credit is against Medicare instead of Social Security. The act also adds eligibility for recovery startup businesses. Even though the program expired, employers can file retroactively for this credit. Using a 3-year look-back period, you may amend your quarterly tax form, accounting for the ERC credit you did not take during the active program period. Payroll Protection Program. The Payroll Protection Program is established by the CARES Act. It provides small businesses with 8 weeks of cash flow assistance. This is accomplished with 100% federally granted loans to businesses that maintain employees on payroll during the COVID-19 pandemic. The loan is completely forgivable as long as the business uses funds for payroll costs, payment on business mortgage, rent, or utilities. An application for forgiveness must be filed before the loan maturity date. If you do not apply within the allowable time period, your payment is no longer deferred and must be repaid to the lender. To apply for PPP, you must complete either SBA Form 3508, 3508EZ, 3508S, or another equivalent form your lender uses. You will need to submit documentation with your application, including payroll and tax forms, plus documents showing business expenses. Getting both. The Consolidated Appropriations Act makes it possible for an employer receiving a PPP loan to be eligible for ERC. Different wages must be used when applying for each program. The IRS establishes that the payroll costs an employer reports on a PPP application for forgiveness in 2020 are not eligible for ERC. For an employer receiving PPP, the Employee Retention Credit is allowable if a controlled group member is receiving PPP, but another member of the group not receiving PPP applies to claim ERC. The PPP loan is not providing the employer's qualifying wages, and the employer obtains qualifying wages with proceeds from a forgiven PPP loan, but the forgiveness is not for the same wages as the ERC qualifying wages. How to apply. To make sure you receive all business payroll assistance your business is entitled to for 2020 and 2021, consult with a specialist at ERC today. They will review your business information and determine eligibility for one or both programs. If eligible, they can help you file quarterly Form 941-X amended payroll returns. After filing amended returns, the IRS processes the credit due and sends you a check. Contact ERC today to schedule a review of your business. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.